Hey everybody, welcome back to the Budget Bladesman, and I'm sure you're interested to see this knife because I said that this wouldn't be a comparison knife which most people use it for, and that is of course the Ontario Rat 2. So let's get into the specs. We'll go over this guy and roll in some comparisons. So this is, like I said, the Ontario Rat, and this is the AUS 8 version. You can see it's the Model 2, and we have, again, this is the perfect EDC size. So we're looking at 7 inches overall. We're looking at 3-inch blade length, and then a 0.09. So it's a little bit on the thin side as far as the blade stock. Like again, this is a AUS 8 blade, as you can see right there. And this is a satin finish. You can see that nice reflectivity. It is a drop point and it is a full flat ground blade. We have the glass reinforced nylon. It is a liner lock, as you guys can see there. Dual thumb studs, so we have thumb studs on both sides. And then it is tip up or tip down. The conversion I have it in right now is tip down, so you can see pocket clip is tip down at the moment. But you can tip up or tip down. Right hand, which I am, or left hand, so tip up, tip down, left hand, right hand, all that good stuff. It's a fairly light knife at 2.7 ounces. You see it flies right open. It is made in China. Let's see if we can, or actually, I'm sorry, excuse me, it is made in Taiwan. Let's see right there, Taiwan. So my mistake, it is made in Taiwan, not in China. Okay, so let's run comparisons, and then we'll have more comparisons to go along with this as well. So first, we're going to pull in our Ka-Bar dozer. So you can see pretty much right in that spec where the Ka-Bar dozer is, pretty much right on line. Actually, the Ontario Rat's probably just a hair shorter. If we do that, let's see. That's pretty dead on. So we'll put that there. Bring this in, and then we'll bring in our Gerber flat iron. So it's going to be pretty close as well as to the comparisons between the dozer and the flat iron, all the way to the end, and then sharpened blade length. So right about there. So you can see it is a bit shorter than the flat iron. So as far as thickness, if we look at our Ka-Bar dozer, it is thicker than the dozer, but a little bit thinner than the Gerber flat iron. You can see it actually does have full steel liners in there as well. All right, so let's get these comparisons out of the way and see how it rides in the pocket. Let's close this guy up. We'll put our shorts slash khakis in. And so this is not obviously a deep ride, but it does go in pretty smoothly. And it does have, you can see the Ontario Rat logo, but you are going to see quite a bit of knife sticking out. It does have a lanyard hold there. But it is, it's a smaller knife, so it's perfect EDC size, so plenty of room in the pocket. Get right in and out. We'll flip these open so we can see what it looks like on the inside. And tons of room. I mean, it's, perfect EDC size, plenty of blade, but not a huge knife, so our end of our knife is right here, and get our whole hand in, and again, for your multi-tool or front pocket wallet, whatever the case may be. All right, so I know I said it's not that I'm not a huge fan of this, but I think what you're paying for on this knife is the action. The action is fantastic, I will say that. But what can you get in this price range for an EDC knife as well? So if you want to go with something, in my opinion, that's a little bit tougher, a little bit stronger, I would recommend the Cold Steel ProLite. For $22 on the ProLite, you can get a little bit more knife, and in my opinion, a sturdier knife. I mean, it has the triad lock, so it's pretty sturdy and pretty stout, and it's a little bit heavier duty in my opinion, so you could go that way. Or if you want to go something lighter, like we had previously out, the Ka-Bar dozer, again, it's a really good knife. And the dozer comes in, $18 to $20. I did forget to say, my bad, that the basic model of the Rat 2, the AUS 8 version, comes in at $25, and they have a variety of colors: black, blue, green, tan, you name it. They have a lot of colors. They have the satin finish, and then they also have a black finish blade. And if you want the D2 version, You're looking at about $35, and it goes up from there. And they also have carbon fiber in the D2 version. And so, what other options would you have in this price range? So, if you want to go for a similar style, you could go the lock back here of the Buck Slim Ranger. And again, similar size, you know. And the thing about the Buck Ranger is, of course, this is an American made knife, where this is a made in China knife. Not knocking that, because it is a very superb knife, you know. But this is an American. If you want an American made, then I would maybe go with the Buck. Like I said, though, the steel on the Buck is that high carbon steel, I believe, so it's going to be needed to be tended to a little bit more. You have to make sure you oil it and look after it. Again, it pretty close on the thickness, but you do have the deep red pocket clip with the Buck, and this is also a back lock, so it is a little bit stronger. Also, the K-Bar Dozer is a back lock. So I know it's, you know, very popular knife, and I do appreciate the knife, but I think what you're paying for on the Rat really is the action. I will say the action, of course, is far better than any of the other knives that we here have on the table. I mean, these are back locks, so they're not going to be as smooth, and they won't snap out quite as fast. I mean, you're definitely paying for the action on this knife. It is a good, very good knife, but that's what you're paying for right there, that snappy action. If that's what you want, if you want something that's going to, you know, fly open and no problem, and it's something you can play with all day, then this will be your jam. If you want something, like I said, that's a little bit tougher, then maybe it's the Pro Light. Or if you want something a little bit thinner, a little bit lighter, then you're going to be maybe looking at the K-Bar Dozer. Or if you want something that's American made and around the same price, then maybe you're going to want the Buck. This is $25 for the base model. This is $29, so you're paying a few bucks more for the Buck 112 Slim Ranger. The Pro Light comes in at $22, and our K-Bar comes out at about 18 to 20. So it's right in the same range as all these other knives, so it really depends on what you're looking for. You're looking for a great action, then this, of course, is going to be probably your best bet. But like I said, if there's other things you're looking for, then you have other options to choose from. All right, guys. So again, thanks for coming by and checking out this super popular knife, the Ontario Rat 2.